Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokémon FireRed. I'm your host PhazonFlux, and in today's episode we will continue getting the items that we can obtain here in Route 2. Okay, that's a little bit of information. Even if your Pokemon faints, it can still use hidden moves outside of battle. Now, I probably should have mentioned before I entered Diglett's cave, make sure that you bring an Abra with you when you do this side stuff, because there's yet another in-game trade that you can do here, and requires you to trade an Abra for a Mr. Mime. Now, Mr. Mime is a very unique Pokemon, and I'm not just talking about looks. He has interesting stats. He's a good special defender. He has great special defense, moderate special attack, and moderate speed. He's a pure psychic type as of this generation, and this is the only place where you can obtain a Mr. Mime. So if you're filling out your Pokedex, this trade is an absolute must. I do not recommend him over Alakazam, as Alakazam is easily the best psychic type Pokemon in this game. But Mr. Mime is certainly viable. He's usable, but I wouldn't recommend it. So continuing down here, in this gatehouse, we have the Professor's Aid that the one aide in Vermilion City had referred us to. Basically, you need to have at least 10 Pokemon in your Pokedex in order to obtain this item, but you should easily have that many by this point in the game. Now, the item he gives us is HMO5 Flash, which is another hidden move, just like Cut. Flash will allow us to lighten up dark caves that we can't otherwise see through. Now, we haven't encountered any caves that dark yet in the game, but we will soon enough, and so it's a good thing that we get this HM now. So that'll do it for all the backtracking stuff you can do here on Route 2. I'll meet you back in Vermilion City. Alright guys, we're back in Vermilion City, so now we can continue our journey. But, now that I think about it, we don't really know where to go. We don't have any sort of heading, no one's told us where to go, and if we look at our town map, the closest city is Saffron, which we already know is blocked off. So that blocks access to this city. The only city that's really close and available to us is over here, Lavender Town. So I suggest that we head over to the right and take the North Passage and head over there and see what's in store for us. But before we head out, let's read a sign. Notice, Route 12 may be blocked off by a sleeping Pokemon. Detour through Rock Tunnel to Lavender Town. Vermilion Police. When have the authorities ever been right? Anyways guys, here we go to Route 11. So, this route was actually available to us at the start of Vermilion City. Before we even take down the gym leader, before you even board the SS Anne, you can come here to this route and get some experience and money. Because this route is full of trainers. I think there's 7 or 8, I'm not sure the exact number, but there's a good amount of trainers here and they're all itching for a fight. The reason I didn't show this off earlier was because I was already a really high level. And to be honest, I'm not sure how I got so high leveled. One, it might have been me just battling wild Pokemon along the way, like off-screen stuff. And 2 is probably just because of the fact that I had only 2 Pokemon. So all of that experience was shared between only 2 Pokemon as opposed to 3 Pokemon or 4 Pokemon. So, long story short, I was such a high level that I didn't feel it was necessary to show off Route 11 until now. And basically, I mean, the fact that you can do it whenever is really cool. So if you're low leveled coming into Vermilion City, then hey, you've got an extra route of trainers to help you get back on par. So another interesting thing is Route 11 is home to 1 new wild Pokemon, which once I cover all the trainers, I will go into detail about what that Pokemon is. Another thing is, I had the option of just speeding up and playing music to all these trainers on this route here, because that would make things easier. But, as I said in one of my earlier videos, I feel like I used the speed up a little too much, and so I kind of want to get a little more practice with commentating, and so my commentary won't be as bad after a while if I actually do it more often. You know, practice makes perfect, that sort of thing. Plus, like, I don't know, I feel I've been doing it too much, and I don't know, it was really tempting because, I mean, all of these trainers are optional. Not a single one of them is mandatory. This entire route here is completely optional. It's kind of a connecting route, because as we saw from that sign, this is actually not the way we're supposed to go. But I'm showing it here to you because it's available, and if you come back to it later, you're going to be such a high level that it's going to be completely pointless. So, figured go ahead and do it now. Anyways, even though there's so many trainers here, I figured, what the heck, I'll just talk to you guys for a little bit and see what happens. So another funny story is this entire episode here, part 13 I think it is. Yeah, I think this is part 13. This is like my 8th, 9th time trying to record it, because, oh my goodness guys, I screw up so badly sometimes. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, 1 or 2 times I tried recording and I just had interruptions from like a roommate or just loud noise outside in the suite mates, just stuff like that. Another time I tried recording and I forgot to record the sound from the emulator, so like the battle music that you're hearing now, the battle cries of Pokemon, that stuff didn't record, so I had to completely redo the episode. Another time I recorded, I forgot to record my voice, and then another time I tried recording, I forgot to record like the video, the visual. It was just a black screen. So I still can't believe I'm still having issues like this, because I'm still a new Let's Player, but at the same time I feel like I should have outgrown this sort of thing. Although, in my defense, it's been a couple days since I've recorded, because it is currently January 29th, and some of you may be aware of the snowstorm that kind of hit the North Carolina area. And so, I'll be honest, as much as I love you guys, I've been playing in the snow a lot, so I haven't had as much time to record videos. So that's kind of my life right now, and I'm just trying to do what I can. I had a chance. You did indeed, sir. You had a chance, but unfortunately for you, it wasn't quite good enough. But hey, it happens. We all have our own individual strengths, right? The body is composed of hands, eyes, ears, appendices. I suppose it's appendice. Anyways, so not everyone is going to be the best at everything, and that's okay. That's why there's so many of us. It's one of the things I love about the body of Christ, man. And that's another thing, guys. Like, I'm sure it's pretty obvious that I am an open Christian here on YouTube. I do want to promote Jesus in my videos, but I'm still new at this, so I'm not quite sure what that looks like. And I also don't want to completely bombard you guys with like Christian sermons or anything like that, because I know that's totally not what you guys are wanting, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, hey, if I'm watching a Let's Play, the last thing on my mind is going to be Jesus, unfortunately, when he should be the first thing on my mind all the time. But yeah, so I kind of want to use this episode as more of a practice of just me simply talking to you guys. And on this note, I feel like I've done kind of a poor job at portraying kind of Christian outlook, Christian views in my videos. Like, one thing that comes to my mind immediately is when I did that episode with Bill, when we were helping transform Bill back from the Clefairy into a human. And I kind of made it out to be like our Pokemon trainer, our player character, was sort of struggling with it, like it was such a burden or a pain to help the guy out. And really, it's not like that at all. Like, all we had to do is push a button on the computer, boom, end of story. And it's kind of like that in real life too. I mean, obviously some things are more or less complicated than transferring genetics, but the principle is the same. Like, our own reward for helping people is just that, the fact that we got to help someone out. And so you shouldn't always look to get something out of every situation. At least in that sense. Obviously, whatever you do, you should do it to the fullest. That's at least the way I believe. I mean, there's no point in doing something halfway. Which, I'll be honest, I'm really bad at that. Like, I try and commit to something, and I'm just really bad at following through on things. So, yeah, that's an area I'm definitely trying to grow in. Meanwhile, I'm just blabbering along here, and I'm completely skipping over this entire route here. We just obtained a great ball and escape route. Escape route? No, escape rope. That rope was actually hidden inside a rock. And now we are taking on a Growlithe, which is a pretty interesting Pokemon. I think it's pretty cool. That Intimidate's going to be kind of nasty though, hitting Corky because his physical attack's his best attribute. But the super effective hits have it. Now, Gamer Darian here actually has an interesting Pokemon. This is the first time that we have encountered a Vulpix in the Let's Play. This is actually a specially defensive fire type. Its special defense, I believe, is its best stat, with special attack and speed coming in right behind it. So overall, it's a pretty good Pokemon. I really like it, but unfortunately, it can't stand the moles. And Corky is very close to level 29. I'm actually very surprised at how far Corky has come. I mean, when we got him just a couple episodes ago, he was like level 16 or 17, and now he's pretty much level 30. And he's evolved, and he's just a big powerhouse on the team. I'm pretty sure he's got the highest attack stat of all of my Pokemon, and he's the fastest, and he has the best move in Magnitude. So, I should be showing Maokai a little more love since he's the lowest level Pokemon on my team right now. But these Pokemon just aren't a good match for Maokai. I feel like that Corky is just a better match, or even Xerath. Anyways, we got a youngster here with the Nidoran male. Nothing we haven't seen before. However, his secondary Pokemon is something that we've not seen before. Magnitude 8 is going to be enough to take it down. It's funny, this very same trainer battle that I'm doing right now, in the last recording that I tried doing, I got 2 Magnitude 10s in a row. I hit the Nidoran male with the Magnitude 10, and I hit its evolved form Nidorino with the Magnitude 10, and I got a critical hit. And I remember commenting that I was glad that I got it on video because my luck is never that good. But lo and behold, joke's on me, I actually hit the record button. So that was pretty funny. Alright, so this guy's just become a trainer. So he's probably got a level 5 Squirtle, right? No, he's got a level 19 Sandshrew. Okay, cool. I also forgot to mention earlier, one of the youngsters we were facing was youngster Yasu, and it always makes me think, at least now, of the league champion Yasuo. So it's like, before he became a swordsman, was he a Pokemon master? That's pretty funny to think about. Zero thought I'd get a level off of this. Level 29. Yeah, looking at the stats, Corky's definitely got Xerath in both physical attack and speed by at least 20 points each. So here we get one last item on the route, and this is the first trainer we fought, right? Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to go into the wild Pokemon that you can encounter here on Route 11. Here we go, guys. At a 25% chance, we can find Drowsy. Drowsy we have actually encountered earlier. Remember, the Cerulean Team Rocket member had a Drowsy. And yeah, I guess the only thing I really want to say about it is it's got great special defense, but other than that, its stats are subpar, and its move pool really isn't that great either. So I would ultimately pass on it, but if you don't have a Psychic type Pokemon, I mean, it could do the job for you. Alright guys, here we are at the end of Route 11, and in next episode we will head through the gatehouse here and actually see if our path is blocked off like the sign said. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day. I'll catch you around next time.